result, many Barovians left Barovia to seek refuge in Vallaki, which is known for being a much safer location. Strahd historically has left Vallaki alone, to which the Baron, does anyone remember the Baron's name?
Hold on. Argus Volakovic?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Baron Volakovic. And he believes that the reason Strahd leaves Vallaki alone is due to the happiness that the town emits from its people, in which he is consistently throwing festivals. So the upcoming festival in a few days is called the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Also coming up is the Feast of Saint Andrew, to which Father Lucian will perform the rites over the bones of Saint Andrew, which you so valiantly recovered for him. That will absolutely, maybe, protect and maybe change some things that potentially could have happened in the future. So good job. Yes, Irina is there. She let you guys know that she is planning on seeking an audience with the Baron to try and convince him to let the Barovians refugees in. Does anyone remember why he is not letting the Barovian refugees in? It's a pretty easy one.
They're not happy?
Yep, they are depressing people. He does not think that the people from the village of Barovia are a happy bunch, and he thinks that by letting them into Vallaki, it will then bring the happiness level of the town down, thus allowing Strahd to either enter or influence or whatever. And again, this is all speculation, you know? This isn't like a proven thing. This is just something that the Baron believes. It could be true. It could not. We don't know yet. So yes, Isaac had the dolls of her. He saw you guys with her. He took off sprinting. You guys were able to dip, potato chip, get out, and made it to the Blue Water Inn, to which you retired for the evening. You did have you either had a discussion in the morning or the night prior, as to what the plan was next. And if we need to jump back into that role play and kind of figure it out, we certainly can. But I know that Hattie had some ideas. I don't remember what anyone else had.
We've all woken up and we're like in the inn again.
We can be, yeah. I can't remember whether we actually woke up or whether we had
We like
just
went to
called
bed.
it. Just called it overnight.
Yeah.
Are we recording, McKenna, by the way?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go ahead and just everyone apply their long rest if you haven't already. Everyone should have experience from completing the Bones of St. Andrew quest as well, which means you're very close to level 5. Is that correct? Cool beans. So yeah, everyone is waking up. Hattie snuck out back to the shed. She had turned the day prior in battle, so she did not turn this evening or last night, because her body is still recovering from the curse of lycanthropy. And Sal, you did not turn either. Check here. Yeah, everyone go ahead and wake up. You maybe you're reconvening downstairs, eating a lovely breakfast that the innkeeper has made for you on the house. What do you guys do? What do you guys talk about? Let's make a game plan.
Any of my berries and nuts that I set out on?
I do not know. They are not gone.
I will go back into.
Go back into the what? I'm so
I'll
sorry.
go back into the inn and like find everybody.
Okay. Hattie makes her way in. She's got bags under her eyes. She looks exhausted. Obviously not getting super good rest. And you guys are all conversing, sitting at a table. What do you do?
All right, guys.
You guys,
Wait, what?
did you guys still want to go hunting this morning?
We have to.
Well, kind of. I slept on it for a minute, and I feel like I want to go hunting, but I feel like maybe that means that's the wrong thing to do. Because if we're gonna go meet Aaron, don't you think we should like try and figure out what he's about before we go to his house? Like,
True.
Everyone make a perception check. DC is going to be very low here.
It's gonna be a 15.
7, 15,
9.
9,
9.
9. Well, the DC was 10. Who got the 15?
I got a 26.
And a 26? It dawns on you, Sal, and it dawns on you, Walren. Irina is not with you.
he slept in Val's room. He's
Val-
sneaked
Turn
out.
my head. I
Val,
turn my head to Val.
The wear and tear of the adventure and just your body catching up to you in terms of sleep, you almost completely forgot that Irina was even with you. So when you woke up in the morning and she wasn't there, it was normal to you because it slipped your mind that she was even there in the first place. And now it's dawning on you like, oh, I didn't see Irina.
I guess I didn't see her this morning.
She'll go get herself killed. We warned her.
Yeah,
That's on her.
that Baron's bad news.
Bad
Dude.
news, Baron.
So do we leave her to her own devices, or should we go try to stop her from connecting with the Baron?
I think the right thing to do would be to go look for her and before she gets into trouble.
She's already in trouble if she's going that way. Isaac knows exactly what she looks like. Her hood's not doing her any favors.
No, she was really into that hood.
I had another thought last night too, guys. I was thinking, you know, how that kid's how she was all addicted to Granny's pies. Like, I think maybe if we went that way, maybe find Dunkel. We like the mom and got her to get us to Granny. Like maybe he's attacking her again. These are all just thoughts I had last night.
Wait, so who was the person that knew Granny?
Milo's mom.
Oh. Okay. So we go to her and we get her to tell us where Granny is.
Maybe just if we think that we need Dunkel for this, or we just let him go. So
So wait, I'm all for trying to connect with Dunkel. What's his connection to Granny?
really liked her pies, and he was like really on one about her being like making bad stuff. He was like following her around for a whole day in that other town.
I thought he was.
Yeah, but I think it was the opposite, right? He hated he tried to warn us about the zombie and that maybe that was what was in the pie, right?
Yeah.
Right, but then he bought a pie off her. I don't know. All I'm saying is the last time we saw him was at that mill, at that place with the mill, or where it used to be, and now she's here. And it's like the only lead we got.
So you think we find Granny, we find Dunkel.
Maybe.
Randy, check your phone.
Sure.
How do you make a history check?
13.
You also, in your bag or hands or whatever, have this was it a ventriloquist doll of Strahd that you got for the little girl?
Yeah, we got that too.
It dawns on you that you also have that.
Other idea I got is I got this doll we're supposed to deliver. You were supposed to deliver because that was your job that Dunkel gave you. So that's another lead I got about Dunkel.
Right. I say let's go find him.
Yeah.
Where do you think we should go? You think we should go find Granny, or you think we should go? You know, if we go drop off this doll, it'll be with the Vistani, and they can kind of like see the future and stuff. Like maybe they'll be able to tell where he is.
Let's start there then.
Maybe they'll be able to tell some stuff about the Baron too.
So, our I feel like our first priority though should be finding Arena, right?
I think that she made it dead, right? Like we told her not to go there, and she did it anyways.
She's an adult.
Strahd's not gonna they're not gonna kill her because Strahd will kill them. So they know she's important.
That's
Right.
true.
That is true. Her face is on every doll in town.
Well,
Right. So we're
Right.
going to the Vistani
Let's go.
camp, right?
Yeah, let's
Can I
go give
grab
this
this doll.
girl.
They have free
Yeah.
gift wrapping at Linsky. Oh, before we leave, I want to go up to the boys' room again. The boys of God.
Yeah, you can go up to the boys' room.
Are they there?
Yeah, they're playing with their new toys that you got them.
I just want to be like, hey, guys, you know, sometimes adults in bars and stuff, like, they say stuff when kids are around and they don't know that you're listening. And if you were listening and you were able to, like, tell us some stuff about maybe the Baron or anything crazy that's going on around here that you heard, like, while we weren't here, maybe there'd be more toys in it for us.
The older one kind of like squints his eyes and looks at you, and he's like, "Are you asking me to be a spy,
Yes.
an
I am.
informant,
Yes, absolutely.
a little bird?"
Yes, I would like to
Oh,
create a
God.
various network of birds. That is what I'm trying to do here.
He squints and leaves you. Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
He would be making a network of little birds.
right.
Fif-
What'd you get?
15.
15? More toys, you say?
Toys, candy. We'll just putting good words with your mom. Like all the things, I could do it for you.
You see him like huddle over with his brother in the corner. You hear him whispering like, "Fuck, I know, but mom." Okay, fine. And they like come back to you. Deal. We'll keep
Oh.
our ear to the ground, but there better be some good candy.
I would start stocking up now. What's your favorite kind of candy?
Those like little red licorice flavoring candies. You know what I mean?
You haven't gotten a lot of candy.
This is
Get you some
Barovia.
of those.
This is Barovia, Hattie. This is the only candy we have.
They're like black licorice, and you're like, ugh.
was
All right, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, sometimes we we go outside, and when it rains we can kind of like pool the rain and pour like a little honey in it and freeze it, and it's kind of like a little popsicle. It's really yummy.
Oh, lovely. A Barovian popsicle.
My favorite.
Piss in the street, guys. Don't do that. All right. I'm doing business with you. If you want a better name than the Boys of God, you can create it for yourself. And I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Voice of God is perfect, Hattie. Thank you so much for this moment in our lives. Um, perfect. You now have 2 little birdies in your network, Hattie.
Lord Varys.
Love it too.
Yeah.
I can just imagine like late game, Hattie has like a full spy network like across the land of just children, the boys of God.
Did you take
Yeah,
a spy
right.
background, Hattie?
Can I?
I think you're creating your backstory right now.
Love it.
Cool. What are you guys doing now?
Heading to the Vistani, right?
Heading to the
Yep.
Vistani camp. Okay. And so your goal here is to A, deliver the toy, but B, also try to find Dunkel. Is that correct?
Trying to find Dunkel and trying to find information about the Baron.
Or are we trying to find Granny first? And then find Uncle? Or
Well,
I
that'll
heard-
be that'll be next.
I think we start with the Vistani because they have like the psychic abilities, and if they've got nothing, then we go to find Granny. But we might even find Granny on the way, right? It's just like out on the streets.
Mhm.
Maybe we just keep our eyes
Yeah.
open.
It's kind of weird that we haven't seen her yet. Right. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Are you actively searching for Dunkel on your way, or are you just making your way to the Vistani encampment to ask them?
I would be actively
Maybe
I'm
help.
actively searching.
everywhere.
Actively.
actively searching?
Okay. Go ahead and make survival checks at disadvantage.
Does it have to do with smell and hearing? Because I get advantage on those.
Smell and hearing? Probably not.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 15.
Nice.
Okay. So the highest is a 15.
Sounds like it.
No sign of Dunkel.
Is there like an interval in which we're making these checks if we're like on the way there, or is it just one check?
Let's do one blanket check.
Sure.
It's worth a shot, though.
9. So
wait.
if you prefer, actually, you know what? I might just be able to see if the board has it or not. The Vistani encampment is going to be pretty far away. So you actually need to leave the gates of Vallaki to get there. Where are you guys
It was that far?
on the map? It's
fine.
so the Vistani encampment is not in the city limits. It is right out.
Yeah, of course.
It's outside of it, but
I
You're gonna have to
actually
drive all the way
kind of
back in?
forgot about that. I
but
don't think.
it's not super far away. Is what I'm trying to get at here.
I Is it smart for us to leave the town limits? Then? 'Cause I actually kind of forgot about the gatekeeper and all that jazz. And I don't know if
Especially
we.
if Isaac saw us with Irene on, like, knows our face. Probably shouldn't be drawing attention to ourselves at the gate.
So perhaps we should just do what Ralrin was saying and find Arena. Or do we want to leave the city?
Hmm.
You suspect you would. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you think we could mail this package to her, or like try to get one of the kids to deliver it to her, or something?
You suspect that you would have no problems getting back in. You don't.
Okay.
Based
I was-
based on how easy it was for you to get in the first time.
Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure that we felt comfortable leaving and being able to get back in. Is
Sure.
all.
Yeah. Let me show you guys where it is exactly. I guess so. Let me pull you guys over. Go ahead and. So do you guys see where you guys are outside of the gates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you would come down here, then you would come south, and you would make your way through this
Downtown?
passage,
Mm-hmm.
and then come all the way up, and then
Oh,
here would be the Vistani encampment.
How long did it take?
interesting.
How long did it take you to get there? Not long. Like 30 minutes, 20,
Okay.
pretty short walk.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's find the old lady so we can deliver the doll.
Like on
Yeah, her name was. No, that was the other gate. Hang on. Maybe her name was.
Well,
What was the name of the person that wanted us to deliver this?
Madam Eva.
Madame Eva.
Oh yeah, it was Madame Eva. Okay.
so I walk up and say hello. How's everyone doing? It's been not very long, but we were wondering if
Farewell.
Madame Eva is here.
Oh, it's her niece Arabelle. That's who we're looking for.
Perfect. Yeah. There are. Just try to find. So I don't know. There's like a better map here too. Kind of like get an idea of what the encampment looks like. I'm trying to pull it up for you guys in the game relevant information. Oh, shit. Copy image. Is it gonna go? Nope. Save image as. Here it is. So it's like a hill, with a big fire, looks like a tent in the middle there, with wagons kind of circling around it. Uh, Yep. So it's a small grass-covered hill with low houses built into the side. So if you see those big rectangles, those are little houses, featuring elegantly carved woodwork, decorative lanterns hanging from the sculpted eaves. It's very foggy over here too. And atop of the hill, above the fog, is a ring of barrel-top wagons that are circling around that you can see, with a large tent with a column of smoke pouring through a hole in the top. It is brightly lit from within, and even at this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from this central area. So as you approach, you can either ascend the hill to the ring of wagons at the top, or at the base of the hill, you see a lot of elves, not a lot, but a few elves that have very dark skin and hair. They look very similar to like maybe a wood elf. However, these elves actually probably resemble Sal a little bit more than anyone else. In fact, it looks like the same race as Sal.
It's not as good looking.
So you can either approach and ascend the hill, or approach the elves at the base of the hill.
Maybe we approach those elves at the base.
I think we should just go up the hill. I feel like we're looking for would be in there.
Well, I think we should just make like a first point of contact to kind of see like maybe they know where the girl Annabelle is. I don't know. What do you guys think?
As you guys are like debating this, Sal just walks up and says, "Hi, I'm Salvatore Noir. Who are
Hey.
you?"
To the darker elves.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so you approach that area there. So like they're kind of like in those 6 houses at the base of the hill. And you approach this grim, gray cloaked figure that stands in front of the door to this house. He looks at you. You just approach and say, "Hi, I'm Sal"?
Yep.
He looks at you, kind of like, gives no emotion. You see a squint of the eye, a raise of the eyebrow, and he says, "If you need someone to talk to, head over to Casimir's." And he kind of like directs you and kind of points you to one of the specific houses, which would be the southernmost one.
Um, do I remember if I've met Casimir before? 'Cause
Make
I
a history
know.
check.
Okay. $19.
You do not remember
Okay.
a Casimir or ever having met a Casimir.
Who's Casimir?
He looks at you quizzitively. Says, "Casimir? Who's Casimir? You don't know Casimir? Casimir Velikov? He's our leader."
Care to elaborate?
I don't know what elaboration is there needed.
Leader of what?
He's us, the remaining Dusk Elves.
Hold a blank, friend.
Says, "You're one of us, right? I haven't seen another Dusk Elf, quite frankly, ever than just us."
I am, but I uh I don't know. I grew up in a small tribe.
Where?
Uh, the base of a set of mountains, in the northeast area of Barovia.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that makes sense. We're nomads, but we've been posted up here for quite some time. Um, what what brings you here?
I lost my village a long time ago and started traveling with a friend until he disappeared, and I met my friends, and I gestured towards the group. They might not have followed me, but even if they like are still out in the distance, I'm still gonna like gesture in that general direction.
For sure. Says, well, um, that's great, but what brings you to this encampment? I guess I should say.
Oh, we have unfinished business to take care of with Madame Eve and a delivery.
To who?
You, sir, are asking a lot of questions that perhaps you should ask Madame Eve.
Madam, who is Madam? Oh, Madam Eva.
Ah, yes, my bad.
Oh, well, I believe her granddaughter lives here, up at the top of the hill. You're more than welcome to go up.
Wonderful. I appreciate your assistance, sir.
Absolutely. You take care. Don't be a stranger. You're welcome around these parts anytime, Salvatore.
And your name was?
My name, second here, let me find out. My name is Appa.
Thank you for your help, Appa.
Of course.
Who's
Like
not
the sky
a flying
person?
buffalo.
Yep.
I return to the group and I say, guys, my new friend Appa just told me that Madame Eva's granddaughter is at the house at the top of the hill.
All right, let's go.
Right? Go see her. And give her this gift.
You guys make your way up to the top of the hill. And again, it's just a giant, large tent. You can hear, people inside, conversing, laughing, singing, dancing. You duck your head inside the tent, and you you actually hear the sound of splintering wood and shattering ceramic. Blinking through the haze of smoke that fills the interior, you see 3 sputtering campfires burning low with embers inside this tent. A total of 6 Vistani sit around the hearths, watching the source of the commotion with solemn, sympathetic looks. A shirtless young man kneels on the dead grass by the center of the tent, his eyes downcast, his face pale. Beside him, a broken wooden crate sits amidst a pile of broken pottery shards, several of which are still wobbling from the force of impact. A dozen feet from the kneeling youth stands an older, larger man wearing studded leather armor and a thick, well-trimmed beard. His eyes are bloodshot, and his right hand is trembling. He appears to be leaning his weight against a makeshift wooden crutch for support. Looking down, you see that his lower right leg is wrapped in blood-stained bandages. You were supposed to keep us safe, the larger man bellows hoarsely. He whirls, his hand grabbing blindly as if for something else to throw. Sweat beads on his forehead, and he chokes back a sob of rage. My little girl! And now... He wavers unsteadily and stumbles. In a blink, a third man, also clad in stud leather armor and wearing a fine-trimmed goatee, steps out from his shadow and catches the larger man on his shoulder before he falls. Easy, brother. The third man murmurs, You've lost a lot of blood. He glances up and catches sight of you, his brow tightening, and he says, and it would appear we have company. What do you do?
What's going on here?
You see the man that was beside himself with bloodshot eyes seems to be have been crying. He leans back on his crutch, says, I should ask you what you're doing here.
I came to deliver a present. What are you doing all angry?
A present? We can talk about my anger some other time. A present for who?
This girl Arabelle? Although you were just saying
Ah.
something about a girl that didn't get kept safe, so you all right?
You mentioned the word Arabelle, and you make an insight check, please.
-1. 14.
14. That's still good. With a 14. You kind of like notice him kind of choke back like a sob, like Arabelle, my daughter. She's gone missing.
That's no good. I'm give this doll to.
Says, well, if it's for Arabelle, I must find her. We can't find her anywhere. Who sent you with this doll?
Yes, your mom, right? Or your mother-in-law, Madame Eva?
Madame Eva. Of course she did. Bless her soul.
Did not buy the doll. She sent me to go. Well, actually, she sent my friend to go do it, who gave the money to someone else who still wouldn't do it. So this kid's just really lucky. All I'm saying.
Well, unfortunately, her birthday has passed, but a late present is better than none at all.
Right.
However, I wish you had come sooner. Just. Oh, it must be 4 days ago now that my nephew, Alexei, he was tasked with watching Arabelle play in the nearby woods while I mediated a dispute between two families here, and instead of watching Arabelle, Alexei got drunk on wine.
I
You
want the
see,
gal.
Go ahead. What's up?
I one of the drunk guys. The tavern or no?
You don't recognize the name from one of the drunk guys in the
Oh.
tavern, but you look down at the man that's been getting like hit, and you see him tremble, and you see the man staring at him as he's talking about Alexei. The man standing telling you this story here looks at you and says, "My name's Lavash, by the way. I don't believe we formally met." He extends a hand.
Give him a high.
I shake it.
Give him a what?
Give him a high five.
Perfect. Gives a high five and a shake.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
offer to shake my as well.
Good lord.
Say hi, I'm
Absolutely.
Sal.
One second. He says, Alexei got drunk on wine. And when he woke up, Arabelle was gone. You see the man on his knees. He says, Jan gave me the wine and then vanished when I awoke. It's him. He gave me the wine. It must be Jan. Jan must have her.
Oh, where's
Yam?
Yam?
Where's Yam?
Y-A-N. Yan. N is in
Oh.
Nancy.
That was the yam,
The yam.
which is different than sweet potatoes.
Facts.
Really?
Yes.
Lavash says, we don't know. I led a search for Arabelle, joining more than a dozen Vistani and nearly that many Dusk Elf scouts from the hovels below the hill. I had to return to the encampment after my right leg was caught in a wolf trap, leaving me too wounded to walk. And the search parties, they haven't found Arabelle yet. However, one of the Dusk Elves, I believe his name is Savid, found Yan's decapitated body lying in bloody grass near the Luna River, surrounded by signs of a fight. So to answer your question, we do know who Yan is. He's dead. Savid also found a strange signet ring lying in the grass, which seemed to have been dropped in the struggle. And I gave it to Casimir down below, the leader of the Dusk Elves, the foremost scholar there, to identify, but he hasn't received any useful news or information quite yet. I believe that the sigil on the signet ring may lead us to Arabelle's location. Though, again, Casimir has been unable to make any sense of it as of this time, and I don't know what to do. And he looks at you all. A second here. Ah, my dice roll. It was a nat 20 with the brand new dice.
Woo!
What I'm talking about.
He looks at you all and says, but it's a rumor. Just a rumor. Rumor has it that Baron Vargas Velakovich is rumored to own an impressive library of books which could hold the key to identifying the ring. However, us Vistani and, of course, the Dusk Elves down below the hill, we are forbidden from entering the town. Might I ask you a favor?
Aye.
She's about to.
You're right. I was about to, but I figured I'd be polite. Could you go to the bottom of the hill, get the ring from Casimir, and then maybe research its sigil in Baron Velakovich's library? And should you be able to return to me actionable information about Arabelle's whereabouts, or better yet, Arabelle herself, I promise to give you a valuable reward.
Sal's ears perk up.
We can try, but no promises. That dude's psycho.
Yes,
I
I
don't just love these books.
would highly recommend either maybe persuading him to get in or sneak in yourselves without him knowing. But yes, I've heard he's quite a character.
There's one way to put it.
Well, what do you guys think?
We've already
go
had that
do
plan.
it?
If we happen to go in there, then
Yep.
look for the book, and if we can't, real sorry. Maybe we'll find her when we're out hunting.
Sorry, guess I don't quite understand. Are you agreeing to help me, or
I
just
said, want to see what we can do.
wonderful? Well, I do That is better than a no. I guess that I can't make your decisions for you, but I do appreciate you looking into this for me. But please know that every second matters. My dear Arabelle out there, I don't know where she is, or if she's hurt, or if time is of the essence. But I do believe that time is of the essence.
Say after the first 24 hours, right?
Is that what they say? That's reassuring because it's been 4 days.
Right.
He looks really sad now.
It's
There they
okay. I'm sure she'll be back soon.
He says, "You have quite the way with your words, little halfling."
False hope's not helping anyone. Let's go. Chop, right?
Yes,
Hey, you can see any garden gnomes anywhere? Forest gnomes,
garden
hanging
gnomes.
forest gnomes,
No
garden
garden.
gnomes,
I haven't seen
little
any.
people with bow ties, just like pretending to be animals.
I do apologize. I've seen none of those things, but I tell you what, I will keep my eyes peeled as you will keep yours peeled for me. But please do not forget to grab the ring from Casimir. It will be invaluable in your search.
Right, off we go.
Where's? Do we know where Casimir is?
Yeah, he's in that.
Oh, he's in there.
Appa had kind of pointed in the direction of one of the homes at the bottom of the hill.
We should go get the ring, right?
Is what he said to do.
Did I hear
Right.
the ring of winter?
Ooh, what?
You fucking wish.
Damn.
Artist
Hit a
simply
nerve
comes
killer?
flying in on a dragon and fucks you all up.
We fight him.
He kills you immediately with his ring of winter.
Touche.
Again.
All right. Takesh's house.
Right, you guys head back down to the hovels, and you specifically go to the one that was pointed out to you as Casimir's, and you enter into a small, cozy little home, several degrees warmer than the chilly mists outside. The walls of this small chamber are decorated with hanging sketches and portraits of proud and wise-looking elves with dark skin, tree-born spires carved of dusk wood, and artistic depictions of constellations and celestial bodies. 2 curtains of brown dark fabric obscure the entrance to another chamber beyond inside of this hovel. Assume you walk in and maybe peek your head through.
Yep.
There's really nothing else in there other than going through these curtains. And so beyond the curtains lie a large chamber, lit and heated by a fireplace at the north end. An old green rug sits facing the fire just beside an old wooden table flanked by several chairs. The left side wall of this comfortable room bears a dozen cubby holes bearing leather-bound books and small wooden statuettes of elven figures, while the wall to the right bears a faded tapestry of a lush and beautiful forest beneath a noonday sun. You see an old, wise-looking dusk elf sitting on the green rug facing the fire, legs crossed, arms out. He is meditating. What do you do?
Knock
You
on
see the ring
door
anywhere?
as we enter.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Did you
look
see
at
the ring anywhere? Yeah, as you walk in, you can make a perception check.
That's gonna be a 15.
14.
Okay, 15, 14. Okay. You do not see the ring upon first glance anywhere. You do notice, though, that the man you assume is Casimir has several cuts across his cheek, as well as a black eye.
Don't notice it like on any of his fingers.
No, you don't see one on. You don't see any rings on his fingers.
Good evening. Are you the one named Casimir?
You see him kind of like awaken from his trance and meditation, kind of cracks his neck a little bit, shakes his shoulders out, and slowly stands up and turns to look at you all. You see that his right hand and his forearm are a pale bluish white, with much of the skin that's puffy and blistered. You kind of make a medicine check.
We 26.
As a cleric, you identify these are the symptoms of frostbite. He looks up at all of you and smiles warmly. Though obviously with some discomfort. He says, welcome. And what brings you here? He's met in
told-
silence. What's up?
And from you?
I missed that. I'm so sorry.
Supposed to be getting a ring from you?
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
You see him
the
reach.
signet ring.
You see him reach into his cloak and produce a ring, and he's kind of like looks at it again a little bit in his hand and kind of twirls it around his fingers, and then reaches out and hands it to whoever accepts it.
I accept it.
You can take it.
I'd like to inspect it upon receiving it.
It looks like this. He smiles at you, Sal, and says, "Well, good luck. I could not identify it myself, which is odd, given my knowledge of pre-Barovian heraldry and my long history in the valley. Although we have discussed, Lavash and I, that maybe the Baron's library might hold more information, but I do believe it is a lead worth pursuing if you're in the area." Sal, the symbol on the signet resembles the connected series of lines. And you can, yeah, I mean, you can see the symbol there. It's let's see. Yeah, you see like a tiny little arcane rune has been carved into the metal above each of the two unconnected ends of the series of lines.
And do I like recognize these symbols or anything along those lines?
You can make a history check.
Dirty 20.
They look like oddly familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Casimir speaks up and says, "The runes are the symbols of the evocation," he points at the left side, "and necromancy," points at the right side, schools of magic, respectively, but I confess that this ring has shown no reaction to any kind of magic. I simply just don't know."
Are there any other unusual properties about this ring that you've discovered?
He says, "Oh, unfortunately, I don't. Um, I apologize that I seem a little bit out of it. I was hiking across Mount Gacus, and I fell when the frozen bluff I'd been walking on had crumbled beneath my weight, and um, thus you can see my injuries here. It's been quite a recovery.
What are you doing hiking?
I was simply searching for something of personal significance, that's all.
Did you find it?
I did not, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
And what was this thing you were searching for?
He leans into you, Walren, and kind of says, I would politely ask that you please avoid intruding too deeply into my private matters. These are for my own thoughts.
I only wanted to help, good sir.
Yes, I appreciate that, but I've got it. Thank you. That is too kind of you. You there. What is your name? He looks at you, Sal.
My name is Sal. And I offer out my hand.
He accepts it and shakes it. He says, it's not often we see another dusk elf around these parts. Considering our history, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, it's quite the spectacle to see one of our own kind. It's always a welcome sight.
He says, are your friends aware of the history of the Dusk Elves? I feel it is important that we share our history and our...
Uh, truthfully, no. No, they aren't. They also haven't been in Barovia for very long. I I turn to my friends and I say, truthfully, I believe all of them have come from different areas. If they'd be interested in talking more about it.
Well, I'd love to enlighten you if you care to hear the tale, but if you are busy, I completely understand.
I would like to hear about the Dusk Elves, if you don't mind.
Oh,
But first,
wonderful.
yeah, I did see you were suffering from some frostbite. Are you okay? Have you had that looked at all?
Oh, this old thing? He looks down at his arm and kind of tries to clench his fist. He says, I'll recover. I appreciate you asking.
Do you mind if I take a look?
No, not at all. He holds out his arm.
Can I? I don't know. I want to just cast like Cure Wounds, but I don't know if that'll do anything against frostbite.
Is that you
Why not?
thinking out loud or asking me if
No.
it'll work?
That's me asking you.
Oh, fuck off. You can find her out.
Okay.
You can find out. Just kidding.
Perfect. I'll find
That was
out.
that was aggressive. But you can certainly find out. You can certainly
Yeah.
try.
No, I'll find out, and I'll try to cast Cure Wounds on the frostbite.
Okay. What's the amount he'd be healed?
1 second. 14.
What was it? I'm sorry.
14.
14. 14 health. Okay. You hold your hand out and kind of like put it over top of the frostbite Walren. You see the color start to come back, the puffiness start to go down, and the colors start to come back in, and he's able to wiggle his fingers a little bit better, and the frostbite starts to get better. He looks at you and says, my God, you a man of faith.
I am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Warren, you can add a point of inspiration to your character sheet.
Thanks.
Ooh.
He says, that's better. I can think more clearly. Yes, I'd love to tell the tale of the Dusk Elves, unless, Sal, you'd like to.
Oh, please, I am quite intrigued to hear your rendition.
He says, well, where do I begin? I can only speak of my own memories at the most part, but even now, nearly 5 centuries past, the memories are sharp and clear in my mind, like shards of broken glass. I was a mere century old when my people lost their freedom, when the tyranny of the von Zarevich clan rose like a shadow across the land. It was not Strahd that shattered the peace, but his father, King Barov von Zarevich II. In those days, our people dwelled in Othrendil, the Forest of Twilight. A council of princes ruled us, led by Araven Lowenhart, my uncle, and the master of the art of the blade song. When King Barov's eyes fell upon our land, he demanded our fealty, our tribute to the borders of old Zarovia, the kingdom of his ancestors once ruled. Aravan, who practiced the style of the lion and bore the lion's sigil, was never one to bow. However, and he refused. His act of defiance ignited the fires of war. Barov's conquest was swift and brutal. His forces, joined by Rahadin, my cousin, and a traitor to our people, laid waste to our kingdom. I was a mage and a scribe in Aravan's court. I saw Rahadin shatter Aravan's blade and execute his family, marking the end of the royal line. And my people, our people, Sal, were subjugated. Those that resisted were hunted like rabbits. Barov ruled over us with an iron fist. And when he died, and his son, Strahd, came to power, we rose in rebellion, leading the charge for freedom. But Strahd was even more cunning and cruel than his sire. He squashed our revolt in a matter of days and slaughtered our people in a genocide that left less than 100 alive. He left us, the survivors, to the mercies of the Vistani, who took us into their caravans and led us to a sanctuary in this valley. Strahd's hunger for conquest, however, was endless, and within a year, the last of his enemies had fallen, and he had claimed the valley for his own, and naming it Barovia. We found ourselves trapped, imprisoned in the heart of our conqueror's new empire. By then, however, we'd built a home here and chose to remain, hoping, in our heart of hearts, that the Vistani's kindness would keep us safe. And so, here we have remained ever since, scattered across the land of Barovia. We are just one small group, but as I can see now, Sal, there are pockets of us all over the land of Barovia, it would seem. But again, I'm sure you've expressed all of that to them at some point, but and you would have, but again, happy to tell the tale.
That was an excellent story told. Thank you for your
Uh,
elaboration.
Extremely tragic
Well,
tale.
tragedy seems to breed here in Barovia.
Sorry that happened to your people.
I appreciate that. That's very validating of you.
I do what I can. Okay.
But
Well,
that's that's enough of my tale. Please, please take the ring, and I I urge you to please see if you can enter the mansion and see if you can take a look at the library.
We'd be looking for there. Kind of book.
That,
Book
that I do not
actually.
know. This is all simply speculation, but I'm sure you'll know it when you see it.
Got real bad eyesight. I doubt that.
Well, hopefully one of your friends has a little better eyesight then.
we do.
Alright, well, chop guys, right? We're in the fourth day of this girl missing, like the chances of finding her are pretty slim.
Fair enough.
Start with trying to get access to that library.
What do you think the best bet is, guys? Do we just try to sneak in? Do we?
Well, let's see what security looks like around the library. Let's
I mean,
first go back.
honestly speaking, this has been the perfect mission for Dunkel.
Yeah.
But what we have, right?
And just for clarification, I know Taylor, you said that our check was like a one-time blanket check. Is that still an ongoing thing? Like we still haven't noticed him here in the Vistani camp?
That was like a check to get to the Vostani camp. I guess like leaving the Vostani camp and being in it, you can certainly make another one.
Cool.
Doing survival or perception?
Right now, it would probably, if you're just like looking around the Vistani camp, go ahead and do perception.
24.
21.
19.
Do we see Dunkel?
Um, does anyone call out his name?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dunkel.
Walgren yells out Dunkel, and Sal, you swear out of the corner of your eye, you see something that was there that is no longer there by one of the trees. Like, you know how like in your peripheral, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
you see something that wouldn't catch your eye, but then all of a sudden it's not there anymore.
Yeah, gotcha. I turn towards the mirage, I suppose, and I look back and I say, "Did you see that?"
See what?
I'd like to hurriedly go towards like the vibrations in the air that I saw.
Yeah, you head over to that general area. There's like a specific tree that you kind of saw it nearby,
Yeah.
and you're now standing at the base of the tree, looking around.
Dunkel, if you're here, give me a sign.
And you're met with silence.
Dunkel, we miss you and we could use your help. Sal says loudly enough that he hopes Dunkel hears it as he hangs his head and walks back to the area he was before. I thought I saw him, guys. I guess I was mistaken.
Probably did see him. Just doesn't want to be found.
Well, shall we get going?
Yes.
Cool. Back to the village. Village.
All right, you make your way back in. The guards let you through, no problem. What do you do?
Do we know where the library is?
You know that it is inside the burgomaster, like the baron's mansion. Um,
What time of day is it at this point?
oh, let's think. What have you done today? Not much, so I would say it's still probably like maybe mid to late morning.
Cool.
Alright, let's think. What's gonna get us in that house? Like, what if we, like, pretended like we wanted to help with the festival?
Well, I have the ability to disguise myself, so I'd be happy to disguise myself to get in, and then I could open up a door for you guys when there's an opportunity or something like that, if that might be helpful.
You disguise yourself as.
Really, anything or anybody. Uh, Obviously, someone like Strahd might not be a good option, but
Yeah,
I
maybe
could.
if we can find somebody that the Baron trusts. What about Isaac?
I do have one of those dolls. I could turn into Isaac.
Maybe that would be enough for you to at least get in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then never without Isaac. Like, what if he's just there and then that giveaway that there's a second Isaac there?
That's true.
Very true.
But if just say that we want to like have a booth at the festival and like we just want to like read up about the town's history because we really like the festival. We want to make people here happy.
I'm sure the Baron would love hearing that. But that sounds like a decent plan to me.
I mean, the happiness angle might get us pretty far in this situation. So let's try that and see what happens.
Right? I'm gonna grab one of the posters from like off the wall. Bring. So there were like posters everywhere about the festival. Right?
Yeah, outside there, yeah.
Just gonna grab one. So, hey, we heard about this.
Okay.
Cool.
What's that?
So,
Edit the place.
yep.
Yeah, go ahead and head to the place. It would be let's see here. Okay. You make your way, or like here-ish. And then do. So the Baron's mansion is like, oh my god, what are you guys doing? I don't even know if I have everyone. I'm sure I don't.
It should be good.
Is that everyone? All right. It's this building to the south here. Um, The mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect, and drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors.
Well, you should probably talk, right? He liked you. You let that lady go because of you.
Not because of me.
Oh, Val. Larian.
Oh,
The girl.
All right, I'll try. I don't know if he really necessarily liked me or I just made him mad.
Well,
We'll give it a shot.
better at talking.
Have confidence.
Go up and knock.
Yep.
Sal, are you in disguise, Sal? I guess I never picked up on whether that was a thing you're doing or not.
Nah.
Okay.
That was just an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you approach, and who's knocking?
Oh, no.
You'll knock?
Yeah, I just wanted Val to talk.
Gotcha. Hattie gives the loudest knock ever. And sorry. Cool. The door opens, and a like sickly looking little like maid opens the door. She's yes.
And where's the what's his name again?
The Baron.
Baron? Okay. I couldn't remember his
Oh,
like
Vargas
Baron.
Valakovich.
Where's Miss Baron Volakovich? Is he here?
Is
I'd like to see him, please.
you would you?
Yeah.
All right, come on in. She opens the door a little wider and says, "This way."
I follow.
Yeah.
Cool. There is the map. Okay, that's not right. Sorry, I have a map. I'm trying to pull it up. Did it bring you there?
Yeah, I'm in the map.
Oh, perfect.
I don't think our players are though.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. I'm working on it.
A little faster, please.
I'm trying. Now I got to give you permission to use them all too.
Got a bear rug.
Yeah, you should have access to everyone.
Got 'em.
Let me see real quick.
Marching order. Hallie's in Hattie. I almost said Hallie. Hattie's in front, right?
Yeah, it's whatever you guys
In the
want. What do you
middle.
what do you want? What do you want your marching order to be?
I think it was Hattie in front, Sal and I in the middle, and then, Val and I in the middle, and then Sal in the back.
Yep.
Diamond formation. Okay.
Shine like a diamond.
Everybody good with this?
Mhm.
We'll use her as the
Yep.
maid.
Yep.
Bust open the door.
Oh, we followed her.
Okay, she opens the door and escorts you in to oh god, it's backwards. Oh. It's gonna take you guys all the way in there. You actually came through the wrong door. That's my bad. You're supposed to have come in the door on the other side. I got a little mixed up. That door would be open, and that door would be open. And she takes you into this room here. And the room has padded chairs and couches that line the walls of this cozy, carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. Coincidentally enough, in this room is oops. I'm gonna find the right token, but Irina's in there.
Huh.
She says, guys?
Hey.
Funny seeing you here.
Doing here?
What are you doing here?
I came here to seek audience with the Baron. Why did you come here?
We told you we were all gonna go the next day, and then you left.
You didn't want to go see the Baron. I thought I had to do it myself.
There's safety in numbers.
She says, listen, I'm fine. I can handle it myself.
I doubt that.
Well,
Mhm.
now that you're here, I'm not, like, mad or anything, but jeez. So what's going on? Why are you here? You never answered my question.
We're on a mission to find a missing 10-year-old, but we gotta find the library.
A missing what? 10-year-old?
Yeah.
Why do you need to find a 10-year-old?
We gotta
That
find her.
part isn't
I'm
important.
not quite sure who did it.
That part is not important. We just need to get into the library. So we're here to talk to the Baron to let us in. We probably just could have asked to see the library. Doesn't seem like security's very tight around here.
That's very true.
Let's see here. Guy. Who looks the most Baron-like? Oh, this guy just looks like a pimp. Do I use him?
He had like goldfish in his heels.
I don't know. Here, I'll show you the token. You let me know what you think.
Oh, no way.
And look at that flame coat with the
I'm trying
Dude.
to find something that looks a little more.
aim.
My guy has money.
You know what? He looks like a baron to me.
He kind of looks like the Baron from What We Do in the Shadows.
Perfect. Yeah, Baron Velakovich enters the room.
Pinky ring out.
And pinky ring out. You hear the click clack of the cane on the floor as it approaches. He spins it around and slams it on the ground and says, "Well, well, well. What do we have here?"
I turn to him and I say, "Greetings. What a wonderful day it is today."
All is well.
All
You
is well.
He smiles, says, "I like you. What is your name?"
My name is Warren.
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
And why
sorry,
might
go
you
ahead.
be seeking an audience with me?
Well, we were hoping to participate in the wonderful festivities that we have coming up in a couple days.
The Festival of the Blazing Sun, you mean?
Yes, absolutely. But we just heard that you have a magnificent library, and we wanted to do a bit of reading up so we could make the most happy festival that we could.
He chuckles and says, "As well, I do have quite a lot of books."
Oh, I knew you would.
He says, "Be generally inclined to grant your request, but..." He looks you all up and down. "I see adventurers, mages, clerics, and scholars in my midst. I will allow you entry into my library if you agree to resolve a problem that I have in this house that I've been facing."
What type of problem?
He leans on his cane, which wasn't canonical and now is. "For the past 2 months, a spirit has haunted this mansion. Servants have seen it, its reflections in mirrors at darkened windows, and have reported cold drafts, strange sounds, and objects that move on their own volition. The butler here and my lady-in-waiting have already left. The Baroness's lady-in-waiting have already left my employment, but they're too fearful of the ghost, and they simply cannot work in this house anymore. And my wife, Baroness Lydia Petrovna, she hosts daily lunches for a group of Lockian women who, we use to prepare costumes and decorations for our weekly festivals, but I am desperate to ensure that the women remain ignorant of the spirit's existence. I simply cannot have them finding out. My cook, a woman named Tereska, has seen the spirit most recently, and by God, she nearly quit her job before I convinced her to stay, and reluctantly increasing her pay as a result, but that's a story for another time. Again, I will let you use this library, but I could really use a group of adventurers to solve this case for me. I will let you in only if you agree to take on this case."
I mean, do we have to solve the puzzle? Do we have to find the ghost before we can read, or can we read first and then find the ghost?
You can read first, but I
Fine.
must have it in writing that you agree to help me. And he, "Matilda!" You see, like, the little maid, like, come running. "Yes, master." Put it in writing, please. Sorry, what? Put what? Matilda, they're going to help find the ghost. Put it in writing. Yes, master. You see her, like, hobble off. You hear, like, some clanking in the other room, and he's kind of, like, rubbing his forehead as, you hear her, like, tossing things, trying to find the appropriate things. Yep, yeah. Got it right here. You hear, like, the scribbling of a pen on a piece of paper. She runs back with, just, like, a piece of paper with awful handwriting. All it says is, I agree to help the Baron. And then, like, 4 lines with an X. Like, next to each line, where your signatures would be. Sign here, please.
And fake name.
You write a fake name? Make a deception check.
Oh no. It's not good. It's a 2. -1.
Oh,
So 1.
You just... How do you write the words not Hattie?
Yeah.
I sign.
I'm gonna write. I'll sign my name. Actually, no. I'm gonna write Zolarian instead of Valerian.
Make a deception
Like-
check.
Floppy Z.
Go crazy.
16.
You write Zolarian. So we got Zolarian, Walren, Sal, and not Hattie, all written on the line that says, I agree to help the Baron.
Not heavy. I love it.
He says, yes, you're allowed to use the library before, but just please be careful in there. Matilda! She's standing right there. Yeah, yes, master. He says, take them to the library. Escort them, please. He says, I do wish you luck. And you hear the click-clack of the cane as he exits the room. He as he exits the room, he turns and looks it back to you again and says, please avoid discussing the spirit with anyone who lives outside the household. I simply cannot have them finding out. The risk of the festival is at hand.
Got it.
Click clack goes the cane as he leaves.
Really didn't want to see you. Why don't you come help us out?
Who did you say that to?
Irina.
Oh, she says, yeah, I mean, I guess if we get him on our good side, that might help my case with trying to get the refugees into the village. Yeah, let's do it.
And this time you're not gonna just run off when we're not looking, correct?
I promise.
Should we head to the library, or do we want to check out some of this ghost business first?
All the ladies take us to the library. Let's go to the library.
This way. And you see her hobble, her way. The Baron here. You guys all make your way through. Let's move on to the next spot here. So you make your way up to the library. Seven. It's the library. She takes you upstairs. which is going to bring you all here.
Are 50% of us in some form of a snuggie right now? IRL?
I just have blanket.
Would you consider Missy's a snuggie, or is that just a blanket?
It's actually the game of Twister in off.
Oh,
I thought
neat.
you were gonna say it was just the game of Twister.
It's the game of
around
Twister.
That sounds
It's the tarp
Sounds-
that comes with the game.
The shock blanket.
Right.
Really not feeling well, guys.
Oh God.
Um,
Do you wish you had a snuggie, Randy?
Honestly, never. I'm happy for the people that they work. They don't work for me.
95% of the time, I am in shorts. But just right now, for some reason, I'm cold.
Can't do like the awkward front sleeve. I always feel awkward.
Well, this one's a whole sweatshirt. It's like long, like a blanket, and but it's a sweatshirt.
Better.
It's nice.
Matilda takes you upstairs to the library. She opens the double doors, lets you enter, and floor to ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless room. Number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room, and the chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion. That's it. You have access, Ikenna, to move the people if you'd like to enter.
What do we know about the ring again?
The ring?
Yeah, because we're looking for information on it.
Like a sigil on it. All we know. I'm forever
Right.
reading it.
And the sigil has something to do with necromancy and something else. Like the schools of magic.
Schools of magic, so I guess pull books on those things.
And schools of magic and
You should look for the books on the schools of magic. Down.
right. I start looking for the books on the schools of magic.
Hey guys, I found a book. It's called Find a Bride in 10 Days. I see Dunkel.
My gosh, I found volume 2.
Find a Bride in 5 days.
Find your bride tomorrow.
There's a lot of good tips in here.
Nothing happens.
I guess I gotta light this book on fire.
No, anything on fire, Eddie. In the Baron's home.
Very nice torch right here. All books.
No.
Guy seems to have a
Kevin,
liking
are you
for.
speaking at all?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I keep thinking I'm seeing your mouth moving, and then I'm like, but I don't hear anything. Is that in my head? But it just happened again, and so I'm like, maybe we can't hear him.
Yeah, no. It's really cool when I hit mute on my headphones and then I forget to take that off. So,
Classic.
yeah, right.
So I guess we're just pulling books out, right? On the
Cool,
schools
yeah.
of magic. Do we need to roll or anything?
Yeah, why don't you guys make like a group investigation check?
It would be my honor.
It would be my honor.
7.
I got
Point.
them 17.
15.
7, 17, 15.
4.
4.
Oh, oh.
So with your
Arena-
investigation check, we'll say like in the first 10 minutes you guys don't find anything. You continue to spend the rest of the hour searching, pulling books that contain no information about the schools of magic or the platinum signet ring. However, everyone roll me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll dice. How many people are you guys? There's 4 of you. I'm gonna use my new D4.
Nice.
Sal,
Yes.
you identify a familiar name in a genealogical tome archiving births and deaths to Valachian families. You guys are all kind of like scouring through these books. The familiar name that you come across is Irina. However, this name is Irina Strahd, the younger sister of Isaac Strahd, and the daughter of Grigori and Fatima Strahd. According to the records, however, Irina Strahd died more than 18 years ago at the age of 4, with Grigori and Fatima dying shortly thereafter. Grigori and Fatima's deaths are marked as suicide by hanging, and Irina's cause of death is marked as unknown, and then in parentheses, presumed devoured by wolves.
Interesting. Just for good measure, any like pictures or like descriptions of like what she looked like, Arena? That is
No pictures.
okay. Um, I turn towards the group and I say, "This is quite strange. I believe this at least the same name as Irina, the one that we know, but the story outlines a death from 18 years ago. It doesn't really make sense. What do you guys think?" And I pass them the book so they can read the what I read.
Well, Irina's here, right? What do you make of this?
Me? I don't know. It could just be a coincidence. There's a lot of Irinas out there, I'm sure.
What's that
Could I-
sister to Isaac? Isaac's the guy that has the dolls of you?
But that's not right. My brother is Mark.
You sure?
You don't
You said
look
that like it was a
Ismark.
question.
She pauses, and you see her kind of like think a little bit. Here. She oh, you alright? Let me see here real quick. Okay. You see her kind of stop and think. She says, back in Barovia, the village of Barovia, I had a safekeeping, a chest that I had some items that were precious to me. This chest it had a silver bracelet, a pressed aster flower, a wooden charm in the shape of a yarrow flower on a leather cord, and I handkerchief with floral patterns, and I keep these items with me still. Makes me think of my past. The flower, which I found and my mother pressed, the charm which my mother wore as an apprentice to the town's healer, and the handkerchief which my mother helped me to sew. They're all memories of me with my mother, but this bracelet, she reaches into her like cloak and pulls out this like silver bracelet set with gemstones. She says, this bracelet was found it was found on me when my father, Kolyan, found me in the Svalich woods. And my mother kept it as a memento of their miracle child, which was me, that after she learned she could bear no more children, and she gave it to me. I wonder. She stops and thinks a little bit longer and says, I don't know. It has this script on the inside of the bracelet. She holds it out for you all to see. The bracelet's like really nice. It's old. You can tell it's clearly hundreds of years old, and it has this intricate pattern of the moon and stars along the exterior, with a moonstone gem embedded at the center of the moon and 5 lapis lazulis serving as the stars. And she kind of like holds it up to the light, and on the inside of the bracelet, in tiny, elegant script, the following message is engraved in common. It says, Tatiana, may you find your path, and may you find light even in the darkest places. Mother and father. She says, I don't know who Tatiana is. My past is so... All of this to say, my past is so confusing, and I don't know where I came from. But what I do know is that my father and my mother took me in, and Ismark loved me like a, like a sister to him, and my parents loved me like a daughter. I simply just do not. And as she says that, you hear someone come in the door. And it is this person. Says, where is it? Oh! Hello? Who are you? You look up and you see, he's kind of like in his late teens. He's holding this, like, tome, this book in his hands. He says, who are you?
Are you?
I'm Victor. I live here. Who are you?
None of your
Walren?
business.
I'm Walren, and these are my friends. And the Baron is letting us check out the library in exchange for some of our services.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, of course. Hey, listen, have you guys come across this book? I was coming here to look for it. It's called Ethereal Entities, Denizens of the Unseen Realm. It's written by the Archmage Mordenkainen. Have you guys come across that? You see him, like, start to, like, rifle through all of the books. Everyone make a perception check for me, please.
3.
3,
18.
perfect. Okay.
19.
21.
What did you get, Missy?
1.
Sal and Walren. Actually, Sal specifically, you're holding the ring in your hand. You can see that the cover of the book that he has in his hand, you can tell that it's a spell book. You can see that the cover of the spell book displays the exact same symbol as the platinum signet ring that you have.
Sal sees that, or we all see that?
Sal does, because he rolled high enough and he has the ring in his hand.
Excuse me, might I see that book that you're holding?
Kind of like clutches it tight and kind of pulls it back. What are your names? And what is the purpose that you are here?
Victor, my name is Sal, and we're here to learn about lots of different things in order to help make the festival better and happier.
Make a deception check, please.
Dirty 20.
You're gonna have to come up with something a little better than that for me to tell you about my book here. What's really going on?
Just like to learn.
He
I
doesn't
want to
buy it.
know new things.
I look at Sal and I say, "Show it to him."
It has the same symbol as this ring, and I pull out the ring. And
He says, "Where did you find that?"
we just happened across it.
It's a long story, but now you can see why we have vested interest in this book.
But I don't understand. Why would you need to know what that symbol is?
I'll find out where the ring came from.
What?
Find out where
We're
it came
trying to.
from.
Both of you spoke. I'm so sorry, I didn't hear.
I just said that we're trying to find out where the ring came from.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I... Make a persuasion check. Anyone who's trying to convince him to, like, help here.
But
15.
persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
19.
He's still clutching his book tight. He says, yeah, I'll tell you about the book. But just give me a second. I gotta find this Ethereal Entities book. 1 second here. And he's like still kind of like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that one of the books that we've found so far, or
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You found it. You remember seeing it.
so I'm just gonna like pick it up and be like, this Ethereal Entities book.
Ah, yes. Give it here. Let me see.
I don't think that that's how this works. You have information that we want, and we have information that you want. So let's parlay and meet in the middle.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, Nick, that is going to be a 7.
He snatches the book from your hand. Ah, yes, thank you. Perfect. So Walren's like trying to act tough and be like, no, you'll get it. And he just takes it
Damn.
from your hands. He's like, yes, perfect. He says, listen, I will tell you about this book, but I am not going to share any information outside of my workroom. Please, you are more than welcome to come to my workroom, and I will tell you. I'll tell you what you want to know, or I'll do my best to help. It's upstairs, though.
We'll follow you there.
Perfect. And he takes off and kind of backtracks towards where the stairs are, and takes you upstairs.
May I suggest this as a stopping point?
Sure.
Only because I think
Hmm?
Alex is hanging on by a thread.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm struggling.
All good. Yeah, we can stop there.
His name?
What a skeevy little wizard.
What'd you say, Missy?
Was that guy's name?
No one asked.
Sure.
Perfect.
I'm just kidding. It was.
You know.
Did someone ask? I thought it. Yeah, his name's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I asked.
yeah. You did. Victor. Victor.
I thought it would be like Russian, like Viktor.
If you want it to be that, you can.
I mean, we gave the Baron a cane. We can do whatever we want, right?
Hell yeah.
You did get a lot of street credits while you drove.
Get a lot of what?
You cut out. What'd you say?
I said he got a lot of street credits.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Also, he really likes his bear rugs. I thought that would have triggered Hattie a little.
Yeah, I'm not
Bears.
happy.
The three of them sewn together.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, it kind of is, right?
Hey guys.
Alex is tapping out.
God. All good.
Tapping in.
Right.
Let's start the avalanche. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm actually, for once, like not tired.
You're not tired?
I'm actually gonna pop out too. I'm struggling, so I will catch y'all next week.
Wonderful
Hey,
night,
Kevin.
Kev.
Let me
Good
know
night,
about my